So what do you think we can possibly talk about today? There it is right there. Nvidia is sued by authors over their AI use of copyrighted works. Here we go. Get ready for this very intensive, litigious battle that's about to go on between original content creators, people who have copyrighted works, and AI, and the data set that they use, these AI companies, to create their artificial intelligence. Now, depending on where you sit out on the field, this is where new laws are going to be created. And it's going to be created, to me, I think, to benefit businesses, artificial intelligence, because in order for the world to progress, to develop, to provide new technology, new advances in technology, there has to be some barriers that needs to be broken. Now, everyone has been accustomed to, the way things used to be. Patents, copyrighted works, from human to human. But we haven't seen what would be considered copyrighted works, patent works for artificial intelligence, right? Now, I do side, though, for me, I side with the people who have copyrighted material. I don't think it's right for Nvidia and these other AI companies to take copyrighted works to train their AI models. Now, should these AI companies pay the authors, the artists, whoever created the data that they're feeding their AI models? Should they be paying them? Like, how do you feel about this? Because there's going to be many, many more lawsuits. Many AI companies will be sued because of that alone. But it also brings me back to the other point that we as people, as humans, freely give our data to these businesses. Data is the new gold, because without it, these companies, these businesses cannot create large language models, data sets to train their AIs. Which is one reason why I think Elon purchased Twitter. Can you imagine all of the content that is there, all of the data that he has access to train his AI? Grok. Like, think about that. He may have paid too much for Twitter, but if he's going to use that content to feed Grok, then maybe on the back end, he will become a lot richer. Because everyone freely drops their content on that platform. I don't think that people realize the value that they are giving businesses. Do you guys remember the movie iRobot? To where the robots try to take control over the humans. I think eventually we may get to that point, because right now humans don't know that they are actually creating the entity that is going to be better than the human. People don't realize that until it's going to be too late. Once they get AGI, artificial generative intelligence, to where AI models are just smarter than humans. Like, you are creating your competition, but the sad part is you won't be able to defeat it. Which some people, that's why they have causes for concern for artificial intelligence. So how do you think we as humans will win when you actually create that which is going to destroy you? Because these businesses, with the capital mindset that they have, they're going to continue to push this. And then you have nations and governments of the world who wants to implement artificial intelligence in the war. Yeah, they want to use artificial intelligence for war. So don't think that this is just going to stop at copyrighted works. But Nvidia is being sued, though, by a couple of authors over AI use. Okay. Nvidia, whose chips power artificial intelligence, has been sued by 3 authors who said it used their copyrighted books without permission to train its Nemo AI platform, which is right here. This is Nemo. Okay. Generative AI. These are the people who are suing them. Brian, Adi, and Stewart said their works were part of a data set of about 196,640 books. Now, let me ask you this question. If Nvidia purchased, like let's say they went to the bookstore and they bought all of these books, do they not have a right to take that information that they purchased and then feed into the AI? Or do they still need to get the author's permission to use their books, right? Like if you went out and purchased a physical copy of these authors' books, you're free to do whatever you want to do with that book, albeit you can't copy it word for word and then try to take credit for it. I get that. Maybe that could be the case that would allow Nvidia to win out. But the problem though is that these 196,640 books that train Nemo to simulate ordinary written language were taken down. Nvidia took it down in October due to reported copyright infringement. So I think we know who the guilty party is. It's Nvidia. Because if they felt that they had the right to go ahead and use these works, these books to train Nemo, then they wouldn't have taken down the data set. But they did anyway. So maybe that's pretty much saying that you're guilty, that you know you did wrong. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this lawsuit, and maybe many others that Nvidia would be involved with, do you think it's going to hurt the stock price? Like that's where many people are concerned. Will it hurt Nvidia's stock price? Here it is. It doesn't look too bad right now, does it? The stock in Nvidia is massively bullish, but I got a couple of things I want to talk to you about to say that we may have reached a top just for a little bit. Now, for one, let's look at this bar right here. Look at this bar. Okay. When you look at that one price bar, does it look different from all of the other price bars around it? If you said yes, you are correct. What is one thing that is different? Would you say it's the spread of the price bar? You're absolutely correct. The width of this one price bar is telling us that something happened, because all of the other price bars in Nvidia, just take a look, is very small, it's minimal, it's not visible, like it doesn't stand out at you, but this one does. And then why is it occurring at the very top of the market? Think about it. Why? Maybe someone took a massive sell at the high. Because another thing that should stand out at you about Nvidia is the volume. Does this volume not stand out at you when you look at the rest of the volume? Let me clean this up for you. Look at that. I'm zooming out now. We haven't seen this much volume in Nvidia since August 24, 2023. That's when the price in Nvidia was around $500. Something happened, which lends me to believe that we may have reached the top for a little bit in Nvidia. I'm not saying that it's completely done with moving high, because this is still bullish. The stock is still bullish, but we need to begin to take note that this may be the high in Nvidia. For how long? I don't know. But definitely something switched into the market in Nvidia. Look at this here. This is on the 2-day time frame. Take a look at this on the 3. So we have a couple more hours on the 2 and the 3. And if we close on the bottom of these bars on the 2-day chart, even here on the 3, we have to suspect that price is going to continue to go lower. Okay, here it is on the 5. We're getting these indications of weakness up here. Look at this. Up fake is being triggered on the 5. It's here on the 3. And it's here on the 2. So I think the market is trying to drop hints. It's trying to give us clues. Here it is on the weekly. We still got that indication of weakness there. 2 weeks. 3. Another indication of weakness. And a 5. Okay. So I'm going to look forward to price in Nvidia to go down. Now, I'm not saying that the high is ultimately in, but I think someone is trying to tell us something. Okay. So what we're going to do, let me go ahead and do this first. We're going to go ahead and create a couple of buy zones. Okay, that we want to see price in Nvidia try to come through and hold. I'm not saying that it will, but these will be gauges as to how we can tell that the market is really holding support. Okay, like it's doing right now. It's holding this buy zone right now. Okay, if that continues, then the market's going to come back up and test our sell zone. So let me get rid of this area down here. We want to see the market in Nvidia come and grab one of these buy zones. Okay, so the first target would be at this first buy zone, either at the high or the low. At the low gives us 4.61%. Then our second target would be at the second buy zone, either at the high or the low. At the low gives us 9.34. Then our third one is around 12% at like $770. So go ahead and give me your thoughts. What do you think price in Nvidia is headed? Make sure you maintain your profitability. And as always, trade different.